Epic skyscrapers take months, if not years, to complete. But it only takes a few seconds to turn those tall structures and years of labor into a heap of rubble. Skyscrapers are among mankind's most remarkable engineering marvels, but when something goes wrong or the building is no longer needed, demolition is required. In this video, let's discover the tallest building demolitions in the world. Welcome to Modern Luxury, where we explore the high-end stories of today. Before getting into the video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to be updated on luxurious topics worldwide. Let's begin. Ocean Tower. Our first tower was built on South Padre Island near SpaceX's new Starship facility in Texas. Before it fell in 2009, it stood at 115 meters or just over 375 feet. Residents were supposed to enjoy a swimming pool, a gym, and even a spa room in the building. However, after 2 years of construction, the builders noticed that the Ocean Tower support columns were beginning to crack. It turned out that the tower's base had sunk by nearly 16 inches. The skyscraper was dubbed the Leaning Tower of South Padre as a result of this. Despite the construction team's best efforts, the damage had already been done. Engineers determined that the renovation work would be too costly and uneconomical after analyzing the problem. The building was controlled and imploded in December of 2009 by a company called Controlled Demolition Incorporated. The $75 million structure was the world's largest concrete implosion at the time. To ensure the safety of the island's residents, the park next to the Ocean Tower was closed for the day. Despite this, visitors to nearby hotels and restaurants were able to watch the skyscraper collapse. Landmark Tower. A 380-foot or 116-meter tall tower in Fort Worth was also in Texas. The building was the city's tallest skyscraper when it first opened to the public in 1957. At the top of the building was the world's largest revolving digital clock. The skyscraper was once fully occupied, but by the end of its 30-year lifespan, it had been completely abandoned. It was decided to demolish the building after it was hit by a tornado in March of 2000 and sustained significant damage. To perform the implosion in 2006, the Midwest Wrecking Company evacuated 15 blocks of the city. The Landmark Tower came crashing down in just a few minutes with the help of just over 360 pounds of explosives. In 2016, the site was revisited in order to construct a new parking garage in the neighborhood. Eiffel Tower. The building was the tallest tower to be demolished in Europe, standing at about 116 meters or 382 feet. The Eiffel Tower was located on the Goethe University campus in Frankfurt, Germany. Initially, they planned to dismantle it piece by piece, but after receiving numerous complaints from residents about the long process, they decided to use explosives to demolish the structure. Their new plans attracted a lot of media attention, and in 2014, over 30,000 people watched the implosion live on site. The concrete skeleton surrounding the building core was brought down first, with a loud bang. 2 blasts on the 5th and 17th floors separated the building core a few seconds later. One part of the building fell to the south, while the other fell to the north. After the property sat vacant for a few years, 140 West, a modern residential and hotel tower, was built much to the dismay of the Goethe University students. On the top floors of the new building are luxury apartments with hotel rooms below. Golden Flower Building. The Golden Flower Building, which stood 118 meters or 387 feet tall in Xi'an City, China, was demolished in November 2015. It was the country's tallest skyscraper to be demolished. Even though the high-rise building was built in 1996 and was legally owned by Jinhua Pharmaceutical Factory, it had not been used for decades. It appeared that remodeling the tower would be too costly, so China hired the Pengcheng Explosion Company to demolish it. To mitigate the impact of the explosion, the company dug a 13-foot deep trench around the perimeter. The building came crashing down into pieces thanks to 1.4 tons of dynamite and 12,000 detonators. While the demolition was quick, cleaning up the 66-foot-high debris piles took more than 70 days. After the area was cleared, work on a new commercial complex with stores and residential units began right away. J.L. Hudson's department store. The J.L. building was constructed in 1911. The demolition of Hudson's department store in Detroit, Michigan was one of the most spectacular in history. The structure housed everything from retail to office space. When it first opened to the public, the 134-meter tall store was the world's tallest department store. After more than 80 years in business, J.L. Hudson's department store was demolished in 1998. The explosion was so powerful that it shattered the windows of nearby abandoned retail stores. It even caused damage to the Detroit People Mover, a city-owned elevated train. Since then, work on a 912-foot or 278-meter tall skyscraper has begun in the area, with an expected opening date of 2022. Brayton Point Power Station. The demolition of the Brayton Point Power Station was epic despite the fact that it was not technically a building. Somerset, Massachusetts coal power plant first opened in the 1960s and remained operational until May of 2017. In 2019, the plant's owner decided to demolish two of the plant's cooling towers, which had been abandoned for years. With each building standing at 500 feet or 152 meters, the explosion set a world record for the tallest cooling towers ever blown up. These towers are only a few feet taller than the cooling tower at the Trojan nuclear power plant, which was demolished in 2006 as the first cooling tower ever. People came from all over New England to witness the demolition of the Brayton Point Power Station. The crew continued to demolish various parts of the power station over the next few months. Days after the implosions, the scrap metal caused a series of fires, adding to the chaos of the demolitions. Mina Plaza. Although the Mina Plaza was never completed, it still holds the record for being the tallest building to be demolished. The plaza featured 4 separate towers that rose to a height of 165 meters or at 541 feet. The Mina Plaza was first built in 2007 but was abandoned just a few days later in 2012 due to a dispute with the owners. Despite plans to continue construction in 2014, the building was abandoned due to financial difficulties. The capital governments decided to demolish the buildings in 2020. It was not only considered an eyesore, but it was also demolished as a part of a larger plan to redevelop Mina Zayed's port. The team in charge of deconstructing the Mina Plaza wanted to make sure that no one in Abu Dhabi, the capital of the United Arab Emirates, was hurt. They studied the structure and its surroundings to ensure the safest demolition possible. The towers were brought down by 13,000 pounds of plastic explosives. 3 of the buildings collapsed first, but all 4 were turned into massive piles of rubble within 10 seconds. Before we reveal the tallest, let's look back at the buildings we have demolished so far. Ocean Tower at 375 feet, Landmark Tower at 380 feet, Afe Tower at 382 feet, Golden Flower Building at 387 feet, J.L. Hudson's department store at 440 feet, Brayton Point Power Station at 500 feet, Mina Plaza at 541 feet. And the tallest building demolished is Power Station Westerholt. The chimney of the Power Station Westerholt, which stood at 337 meters or 1,105 feet, was the tallest controlled structure ever demolished. There have been a number of mega-tall chimney demolitions since the 165-meter high Mina Plaza, but Westerholt was the highest. The chimney was constructed in Germany in 1981. The chimney met its untimely end a year after the power station was decommissioned in 2005. The building was blown up on 2 levels, with one explosion near the bottom and another near the middle. Because so many people came out to witness the explosion and take pictures, the team was unable to demolish the building on time. but the chimney was soon reduced to a massive pile of debris. Which among the demolitions astonished you the most? Share your thoughts in the comment below. If you liked and enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more insightful videos, get notified by clicking the bell button below. From the high-end stories of today, this has been Modern Luxury. As always, we look forward to seeing you again in one of our videos. Thanks for watching.